Reporting from Arkham Asylum, this is Gotham Rogues. In this video we take a look at forgotten Batman villain, the Cavalier. Throughout his near 80-year-old existence, Batman has faced countless enemies. Some of these have gone on to stand among the most infamous fictional villains in pop culture history, while others have completely vanished into obscurity. In this segment of Forgotten Bat Rogues, we spotlight the Cavalier. Cavalier was created by Don Cameron and Bob Kane and made his first appearance in Detective Comics number 81, published in 1943. The Cavalier was introduced as a new eccentric rogue who fashioned himself after old-timey swashbucklers. A romantic gentleman, he performed intricate heists and challenged the dynamic duo mainly due to the excitement. Following his first appearance, Cavalier returned 3 times in 1944 as the main antagonist. In these stories, we found out that the gallant rogue's true identity was actually that of socialite Mortimer Drake, an acquaintance of Bruce Wayne. Eventually, Batman and Robin discovered this secret as well, and the Cavalier was finally sent to prison. So, what happened after this? In his first 4 stories, Drake had been hyped up to the readers as a new main villain for the Dark Knight. To quote the man himself,
"Ah, Batman and Robin, meet your potentially new opponent, the Cavalier. I hope to be an even greater inconvenience to you than the Joker and the Penguin."
So, did this come to pass? Did the Cavalier rise to the rank of Batman's arch-enemy? Well, obviously not. Instead, he completely disappeared. He didn't make a single appearance until Batman Family number 10, published in 1977. That story was written by Bob Razakis and penciled by Bob Brown, and featured Cavalier teaming up with Killer Moth of all people. Their foul scheme was however thwarted by the combination of Batgirl and Batwoman. 5 issues later in Batman Family number 15, both Drake and Moth reappeared and separately went after Batgirl and Robin. Drake was finally back in the Rogues Gallery, although he had been relegated to fighting Batman's sidekicks and making the occasional cameo. It wouldn't be until 1992 when the Cavalier finally got his time in the spotlight again. It was a 3-part story called Blades, published in Legends of the Dark Knight, and written by James Robinson and penciled by Tim Sale. This comic featured a complete reimagining of the character that changed Cavalier's identity from Mortimer Drake to Hudson Pyle. It also didn't quite portray him as a villain, but as a new vigilante in Gotham City. Pyle was a stuntman who took on the persona of the Cavalier as a publicity stunt. However, he enjoyed the thrill of crime fighting so much that he decided to do it full time. In the midst of all of this, Batman had become obsessed with capturing a brutal serial killer known as Mr. Lime, who targeted the elderly. As such, the Dark Knight neglected his other crime-fighting duties, allowing the Cavalier to pick up the slack. Being way more charismatic and pleasant than Batman, Pyle became a media darling and beloved folk hero. However, his stint as Gotham's favorite guardian wouldn't last for very long, as he was tragically corrupted after falling in love with one of the damsels he had rescued. This version of the Cavalier never appeared again, and instead the next time the character returned, it was the old Mortimer Drake version. In the following years, Cavalier made only small cameos, until 2010, when he was finally yet again the main villain. It was in a one-shot special by writer-artist Howard Chaykin, called Batman Catwoman Follow the Money. In this story, Mortimer manages to frame Catwoman for a string of burglaries as a part of his grand scheme to clean out Wayne Enterprises' pension fund. As of the making of this video, Cavalier is yet to make another big appearance, and who knows when that'll happen again. To his credit, he has crossed over from the comic book page to animation, as he made numerous albeit small appearances on the cartoon show Batman the Brave and the Bold. So I suppose the Cavalier isn't completely forgotten, although he's fallen pretty hard since 1944 when he was touted to become a bigger rogue than Joker and Penguin. It's not hard to understand why that happened though, as a swashbuckler who dresses like one of the 3 musketeers isn't exactly considered considered to be the coolest thing ever. I kind of like him, however, probably because he reminds me of the golden age of comics, and wouldn't mind having Cavalier around from time to time as a sort of B-list villain. So there you have it. That's the story of forgotten Batman villain, the Cavalier. Remember, Arkham Asylum awaits you in the next video.